This is just a not really a review. I just want to talk just for a few minutes about this new blower that I got. This is the Echo 2520 handheld blower. I already have a backpack blower, Husqvarna, that I've been using for several years, but I wanted something that was kind of go along with it that I can kind of use on small jobs, like when I'm blowing off a driveway or on a roof or something like that. The backpack is a little bit heavy and cumbersome to maneuver sometimes, especially getting in and out of your truck all the time. So I wanted something small and to go with it, and that's why I got this Echo. The reason I got Echo is I own several Echo weed eaters, and those things will start every single time. Pull the trigger a couple times and you're off to go. And so I figured if this would be like that, then it'd be a good one to have. If it would start like those weed eaters, I figured that would be a good one to get. So that's kind of why I got it. One of the reasons why I got it. Okay, I'm going to talk about just some things I like about it real quick, and things that have been mentioned on YouTube that they don't like about it, and kind of address those. Reviews have been done about this on several YouTubers, so I'm not going to do a full-fledged review on it. You guys know what it is. I'm just going to talk about those things. Things I like about it: it's very light, and that was one of the main requirements I had. Is I wanted something light to pick up, put in and out of the truck, real easy. Bam, bam, off I go. You know, that's really what I wanted. So I think it's 8 point something pounds. So I picked up the steel 56 and the steel 86, and they were noticeably heavier than this. I like the way they look. They look well built and all that kind of stuff. I've never owned a steel, so I don't know anything about them, but I'm sure they were good. But this one was just a little bit lighter, so that's one reason I got it too. Of course, the starting thing, I talked about that. It also has cruise control on it, which the steels didn't have. I don't use that a whole lot on my Husqvarna blower. It has that too, but I figured, it's kind of nice to have. So, and this is also cheaper. I got this on Acme Tools for $150, so I figured that was a pretty good deal. It was, I think, maybe $20 cheaper than Home Depot for some reason. But that's where I got it, and so that's another reason. I think the steel 56 was like $186 or something like that. So quite a bit of difference there between the two. This also puts out more air, according to the specs anyway. It's supposed to put out more air than the steel. It's another reason I got this. Cheaper, and it puts out more air, and it's lighter. So those are the three things I really liked about it. It has this curved tube on it. I can't really tell the difference. It makes that much difference or not, but I've never had one like that. But it doesn't bother me. It seems to work just fine. It's kind of neat. So that's the good things about it I like. Now let's talk about the things that have been mentioned on YouTube that kind of made me pause a little bit and think, well, maybe I should get something else. One of the things mentioned often is this cover on here. If you're right-handed, this is going to be up against your body when you're blowing, and that intake there is going to suck on your clothing and pull it into that guard. Well, that is true. That does happen. That is the case. So, but I have to say, it doesn't bother me at all. I can easily switch it to my left hand. I have no power in my left arm at all, hardly, and I can operate this blower left-handedly very easy. So if that bothers you, you can put it in your left hand with no problem. But it really doesn't bother me that much at all, so I don't think that would be a reason for you not to buy it. So if you heard that and it made you pause a little bit, I don't think it's worth even worrying about. The other thing, well, this is I will say that this is kind of a positive about it. I do feel like it has a lot of power for such a small blower. It's not anything close to the backpack blower. Okay, so Some people say maybe it doesn't have enough power. I don't know, but don't expect it to be like your backpack blower because it's not even close. That's not what it's meant for. It's just meant for small jobs. You're not going to be doing a big leaf job with this blower. So it's just kind of a supplemental blower to if you already have a backpack and you're doing a lot of big jobs. Don't think this is going to take that place, because it's not. So that's really not a negative to me, because I already expected that, and I knew what it was, what the purpose was for this blower. So the last thing I'll talk about as a negative is this tube comes in two sections, and this section here connects to that. You put it on, you shove it on there, and then you twist it. Okay, this one goes into the blower, and you can actually hear it click, and it goes into your blower like that. But this one slides on there. It does not click. You just twist it, and it grabs onto this one. Now, I have read where this piece right here does come off. Excuse me, come off when you start the blower, when you start using it. When it kicks in, that's another thing that I mentioned that could be a negative, I guess, is some people say you have to let this blower warm up before it goes into the highest speed. That is the case. You need to wait about a minute or so using it before it'll kick into that higher gear. So that is true. When it kicks into that higher gear, that's when that tube blew off. Happened to me several times. So just looked at it more closely, and I've kind of found that when you push it on, don't push it on all the way. Just find that sweet spot, and then you twist it, and it catches on some grooves inside here, and that's what holds it. So once I found that spot where it grabbed good, then it started working again. I didn't have any problem with that blowing off anymore. So you don't have to put tape on it or self-tapping screws or nothing like that. You just have to find that area where it grabs good. Like, don't push it on all the way. Just, push it up there a little bit and then twist it, and it'll grab. And you shouldn't have any more problems with that, or I haven't anyway, once I figured out kind of the way to do it. So that was kind of one of the main issues people mentioned too. So other than that, I think it's a solid blower. I think it's a solid blower all the way around. I wouldn't hesitate to buy it, and I think you're going to be very happy with it if you get it. Just know what you're buying, what to expect from it, and these little issues with the tube and warming up and the intake, sucking on your clothes. Those are, I wouldn't worry about those things. You can overcome all those things. They're not really something that should keep you from buying a blower. So if I had to do it again, I would do it again. I like it. It works good for what I'm going to do with it. So don't hesitate to buy it. I think you'll be happy with it. Okay, so I'll see you on the next video.